Property inspections. What is it that we need to look out for when we're walking through a property for a potential renovations? Michael, what are some of the things that you see in your property inspections that you do that are the major obvious things? What are some of the things that you tell people about?
The easy ones are looking for moisture around bathrooms, bouncing floors. Quite often you go into a property that's been styled, and the stylists always put down, vases on tables and lamps on bedside tables. These are great giveaways. So just go in and have a little bounce around these things and see if the floor rattles. If it does, then you've got problems with your subfloor. Then you get to the big ones where you need to dive a little bit deeper into it. So crawling into subfloors and going through rooftops and that type of thing.
If someone looks at a house, did a property inspection, bought a house some years ago, and I noticed that there was a crack in the brickwork. Is that something that you should be alarmed about, or is that something that is, fill it up, or just leave it because it's not going to fall down?
The problem with cracks in brickwork is they take a long time to happen. So a lot of the time, depending on what the person's doing with their house, are they going to buy it to live in which case you've got time to see what happens. But if you're trying to do something proactive with the property, then cracks in brickwork can be quite serious. When they get down to the bottom line, if there's a big enough crack in a corner of a building, for instance, you might end up having to underpin, which is where you dig down beneath the footings, pour in a lot of mass concrete. So that's a big job. It's an expensive job. It's time consuming. And this is money that you're pouring into the ground and you literally never see it again. It's something you've got to do to bring the house up to a structural standard that needs to be there.
So, Felicity, a quick question for you. When you're going through a house from a perspective of, I'm not a property inspector, I'm not a trained builder, property inspector, what are some of the big ticket items that you look at that go...
If I walk across a room and I feel like I'm drunk, then I can pretty much guess. You can pretty much guess stumping of some sort of work needs done subfloor. So yeah, feeling drunk when you're walking is a good one. The other one I'm always really suspicious of is fresh paint. I'm always thinking, what did they just cover up? Like they might have had mould on the wall and they've scraped off the mould and they've given it a quick coat of paint and, so like, okay. And also you've got to be careful because a lot of people who do that sort of thing don't know what they're doing and they do a really bad job. So it actually can cost you more to fix what they stuffed up. It's just looking for things that people have tried to cover up and maybe made what's going to cost you dollars to fix it.
Bring it back to the early starter, the person who's looking to breaking into renovations for the first time. What are some of the things that you see that people don't typically look at in a 15-minute open for inspection, I think I'll buy it the next day approach?
Well, you see, that's the mistake they make.
Correct.
People put more time into buying their microwave oven than they do into buying their house.
Yeah.
For whatever purpose their house is. Open for inspections are limited to 15 minutes or half an hour, but they are not limited to what you can do in that 15 minutes or half an hour.
Yeah, correct.
You can, for instance, go under the house if you want to. You can get into the roof space if you want to, if time permits. And this is where you find all of the issues. Because, as Felicity said, people go in and they put a coat of paint on everything and make it look pretty. And then people come in and put pretty flowers on the table, and that's all people look at. Whereas if you get down and get dirty and put on an overall and crawl under the house, you start to see sometimes some really frightening things. I got into a place...
And we're not talking spiders.
No, I'm not talking spiders. No, they're the least of your issues. I got into a house that was a beautiful 2 levels above and a basement level below. And I crawled underneath and I looked around and I started to see moist ground. So I went a little bit further in and there was this little river running down past the side of the house. Yeah, it was a free-flowing river. And I said to the people inside, look, there's some serious issues going on with drainage on the property. I would stay away from it. And they went really hell-bent for leather on this place for some strange reason. And they got in a building surveyor, a structural engineer. They were going to be spending about $250,000 to try and fix
the water problem
before they could do anything else to the place. So eventually they walked away from it. But these are things you only see when you actually get down and get dirty. And if you don't get into the subfloor, you're taking a huge risk on what you don't know.
Now, interestingly enough, and we have mentioned it, when people go into an open for inspection, they're all very polite about the fact that it's somebody else's house and we've got other people watching around and we don't really want to get down and dirty.
Can I put a point? One of my cheats on this one is when you do go to an open for inspection and there's tradies there, particularly if they're with someone, Follow them. No, just follow them around and listen to their conversation. It's amazing because they'll be discussing as they go. I'll look at this. I'll look at that, and you can learn a lot just following a couple of tradies around. I've outed myself on television now. Nobody will come in, to inspections.
One of the things I encourage people to do is when they get their first serious house they're interested in, make sure, absolutely sure, you get a building inspection. But then be with a building inspector and ask questions. What is it you're looking at? Why are you looking at that? And you start to pick up the basic tips around what to look for so that when you're doing your own inspection first, you've got the bases covered, the alarm bells go off, and then you can ensure that the property is covered enough boxes, ticked boxes, before you get the building inspector in. So now I want to turn the conversation a little bit into something more favourable with respect to having done an inspection. What are some of the things that you see in an unrenovated property that excite you?
I don't see them, I smell them.
Wonderful.
I think smell is the biggest one, because anybody who wants to buy it as a family home, for example, they walk in and they go, oh man, this stinks, and they walk out again. Whereas I walk in and go, well, okay, I was going to change the carpets and this and that anyway. Chances are I can get rid of that smell as part of my renovation. And yeah, I've had a couple I bought like that, where for the first few times you go in, you just want to go run outside and throw up. But I tell you what, it's money. Smells are money.
Wonderful. For yourself, in renovations and projects, and spoken to numerous people about doing renovation deals, what are some of the things that excites renovators?
The potential that they can do a renovation that is smaller than they expect. And this usually comes down to having an inspection done so you know what you're looking at. And when you get that report back that says there's very little wrong with this place, these are the minor things that could be done, then it leaves your imagination open to, okay, if I've got it for the right price, there's no major things there's no hidden things I need to fix in order to bring it up to somewhere. Now I can start doing my project happily.
We've talked about a variety of different things about open for inspections and what you need to look for. Learn what you need to see. Don't be one of the people who walks in and just sees the pretty furniture and wants to buy the house. Your objective is to look beyond the furniture, look beyond the staging, and into the structural foundations of the property before pulling the trigger to buy it. As you grow with experience into your open for inspections, make sure that after you've done yours, you get a qualified property inspector through in order to be able to make a judgment call of those hidden things that you can't see. When we come back, we're going to get real with Felicity and start to talk about her journey in renovations.
Achieving financial freedom through property investing takes more than just luck. It takes experience, knowledge, and access to a powerful property investor network. Join Australia's fastest growing real estate success community for expert insights on the latest property market trends, live workshops, and a network of like-minded investors, all designed to help you succeed. And the best part? It's completely free. Join now at realestatesuccess.community or search Real Estate Success on the App Store or Google Play to download the app free.